Okay, now the concert is on November 8th at the Bishop's College Auditorium. Now I'm curious, how are you, now the funds that you're gaining from this event, how are you going to use that to help this cause?
All the proceeds from the show go to the trust fund, and from the trust fund and subsequent donations by anybody who wishes to do so go towards we have a list of objectives for the trust fund, being educating kids to conduct seminars in schools where we can't go if we're not allowed to, educating, if a kid finishes school then they take a gap year between university,
right,
because and their free time, employ them and ask them to go out of Colombo somewhere and take this message and spread it. Also with the sponsorship we have from everybody, essay competitions, art and photography and all that, so that kids would have to research on the topic and be familiar with it, so that they'd be able to write about it convincingly, and obviously that'd be an incentive for winning that, as in a cash prize or vouchers.
Right. Now we spoke about your slogan, real men don't abuse. I kind of thought about this, real men, that just stood out for me. Mario, what do you think a real man is supposed to be? Now I'm going to ask you this again, why real men don't abuse? I'll get that back to you, but Mario, what do you think a real man is?
I think it's just simple.
Is it a macho man? Macho.
No, it's just simple. It's just being equal.
Okay.
Just because I think men and women are equal. That's what everyone tries to spread.
Right.
And if a man respects a woman, why would he raise his hand or abuse her verbally or physically? That's not right.
Right.
So it's just a simple concept. Respect your man, the man respects the woman. That's the whole concept. That just don't abuse. Why do you want to use violence to sort an issue or something? It's just unwanted.
Right.
So it's just, I think it's basically just respect each other, respect women. Women do everything. If it weren't for women, men wouldn't exist.
Line?
I'll just try.
That is, I think that's a great response.
Violence is not the cure, or it's not the solution for anything. So,
right. Now, for me, what I heard was more on the physical violence. What about emotional violence as well?
Emotional, of course. Why would you? But it totally get into it.
You're very emotional about this. Please, go on.
I don't. Why do you want to hurt someone? That's just being really insensitive. Why do you want to be there? Why do you want to hurt someone? Why do you want to hurt them physically, verbally, emotionally? Why do you want to put someone down? How would you feel if someone does that to you?
Yeah, no, totally.
Exactly.
This is just me. I'm sorry. Like you might think I'm like, smiling, but this is like, wow, this is deep.
No, I just totally believe in this cause because I think it's amazing that he does it, and it's just, violence is just wrong. That's it.
And you, Delane?
Well, yeah, I have to agree with everything that she said, but what's more poignant to me is the fact that, see, up until now, if you look not just in Sri Lanka but anywhere in the world, the people who champion these kind of causes are most often women.
Yeah.
When it's about gender-based violence or any sort of thing concerning any feminist cause, it's almost always a woman that champions it.
Yeah.
And all this time, I always thought how ridiculous that seems, because if you wait for the victims to champion their cause, then that means we are waiting until children fight for their rights and animals fight for their rights. Why? It doesn't make sense that you put that responsibility entirely on the victims. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that you can say, oh well, I'm a man and by virtue of my gender I'm not subject to this kind of abuse, therefore I don't need to get involved.
Yeah.
So this is amazing because it opens doors for men to speak up. If I asked most men in my life, if I asked you, are you a feminist? Yes or no, what would you say?
There's no middle path here. It's yes or no.
You're not, okay. I'll let you off the hook, but the fact is that you couldn't give me a yes or no answer. But if I ask you this, do you believe in equal rights for women?
Do I believe in it? Yes, of course I do.
There you go. You ask a man, are you a feminist? They don't know. If you ask them, do you believe in equal rights for women? They'd say
It's the
yes.
same thing.
It's one and the same thing. So the whole thing is ridiculous.
Right.
So
You brought this up now. Why is the word feminism on men? Why is it negative? Why does it sound negative in your thoughts?
that's a whole entire conversation. I think that's got to do with the feminist movement of the 60s, and maybe the word itself got a bad rep because of certain extremes that went too far, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a long subject to discuss, but at the end of the day, if you look it up in the dictionary, if you believe in equal rights for women, that makes you a feminist. And there is no reason why only women should hold up a board saying that they are feminists. If you believe in it, then you are a feminist too.
Of course.
So it's
And just to add to that by virtue doesn't mean you're effeminate
yes,
in any way,
exactly.
which is the preconceived notion that a lot of guys have.
Okay.
That if you support this, you walk around with a board saying you're a feminist, you're effeminate.
Okay.
And it's not something that you'd expect, that typical guy, the, I don't know, good example.
No, I always, for me, it's like picturing it, which is why I froze before, is that I didn't know how to answer that exactly. So I wanted to see what your thoughts were.
My own husband would falter and think a bit before he answers.
Right. Okay. But you were saying a real man. Well, how we boys tend to see, or men tend to see what a real man is, I guess a very masculine sort of, real macho sort of dude that kind of like, I don't
That's where
care.
everyone goes wrong,
Yeah. But that's society's way of drawing what a real man is supposed to be. Would you agree on that?
Sorry, repeat that.
Would you agree that a real man is supposed to be this macho guy with like a mustache? You get what I mean? Like, like the real, the man that runs the family, in a way.
I'd agree with that masculine image. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
The man that runs the family part, there is a problem, because technically I'm not really well versed in all those marriage things, but apparently it's an equal partnership.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. So if the man runs the family, obviously there's no equal partnership.
Doesn't sound like an equal partnership.
It doesn't sound like an equal partnership. So if it's by means of looks, and that's fine.
Okay.
But by action, if he abuses a woman in any way, that just shows an insecurity in himself, or weakness, or feeling of inferiority when compared to that woman for some reason.
Yeah.
When they're equal, which is why they believe that that's what a real man should be.
Right.
And the problem with that is, if you abuse a woman, it just shows that you're a lesser man.
Yeah.
And though you may feel powerful, there's no real power. You're just pitied by those the observers, and you're despised by the woman or women who know you.
Right. That's very true. But I do also have to mention the mustache thing. So you could looks-wise just grow a mustache if you want to. It doesn't really affect
The
the mustache, the biker mustache thing. I think that's
I
what
have to wait quite a while for that.
I'm going for that, by the way. Alright, Mario, Delane, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. Before you go, I really have a quick question to ask you guys. Alright, so if a woman really wanted to take action against this, how would she do this? Against this cause, violence against women?
If a woman wanted to take action...
If she's being abused right now, how would
she support the cause?
Oh, she was to support the cause. You mean what Virendra's up to right now? Well, I guess she could help in many different ways. If there's some way that she can contribute to the upcoming concert, she could do that.
You could buy tickets, simple.
Yes.
We'll get into detail about how to get involved with this.
Or just go like the Facebook page.
Okay. Which the Facebook page is Real Men Don't Abuse -RMDA. So go on your search bar and type that out. But again, ladies, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Maria,
Thank you.
always a pleasure on my show. You're awesome. Delane, you are awesome. We'll be more with Virendra later on with the show. We'll be right back. But also you can email us at mtvsports@maharaja.lk. That's mtvsports@maharaja.lk. Send us a message and we will ask them a question. We'll be right back after this break.